This is Scrollworks Sessions. I'm Jessica Crispin, and I'm here with Teddy Rowe of the indie pop band Younger Siblings that are from Birmingham, Alabama. So, Younger Siblings features an electric ukulele and an omnichord. How do you guys make such a weird group of instruments work?
We have a lot of different influences, like the omnichord is this weird instrument that's like an auto-harp, but it's electric, and they're really popular in the 80s. And we all really like 80s like new wave music, and so we have that, and then we also have like, you know, the electric ukulele is like an indie pop kind of staple nowadays, I feel like. So we combine our love of indie pop with our love of like 80s new wave, and then it creates this like big beautiful ball of pop music.
And how old is the band? Because y'all are pretty new.
Right?
Oh,
the band is just over a year old now. We started in January of last year, and so yeah, we're just like a few months over a year.
And how did all you guys come together to form Younger Siblings? Because you kind of started out like doing shows for other bands, right?
Well, I still book other bands, like other DIY like indie pop or like punk bands, and I book them just wherever. But I played shows on myself with the ukulele, and everybody else has been in just like a ton of bands. And this is really like my first real band, but like Jonathan, who plays keyboard and guitar in our band, has been in he was in this Birmingham band called Spells, and they were around for a while. And then Chase, who plays drums, has been in just like every kind of band you can think of, like a rap group, a bunch of hardcore bands. And then the bassist Keith has been in like a few different bands too. So I'm really like the newcomer.
So you guys have a cassette with Nightmare Boys through Spring Street Records. Why a cassette in this age of MP3s and instant music?
Well, records are really, really expensive to make, like, which I think people don't realize. Where if you're a band like us who the labels we're on don't have a lot of money, but also we don't have a lot of money either, so to put out a record costs a lot of money, so when you do it you kind of want it to be a big thing, a big deal. And also we're kind of just against CDs right now, where CDs I feel like are kind of on the way out.
And cassettes are on the way in?
Well, I think cassettes are on the way in with like the underground scene, and it's so easy because you can have like this physical item and then also the MP3s to it, because we include the MP3s in the download. And I just think that, I don't know, I mean, CDs, I read an article about like the major labels kind of pushing away from CDs too, and so, I mean, it's almost like the trickle-down effect, except it's going in the opposite, where like the underground has pushed away CDs, and then from that it's like gone into the mainstream where they've pushed away CDs. And I mean, cassettes are super cheap to make, like so cheap. And you know, when you can get a bunch of songs on a cassette for like $100 compared to a record, which can be like, you know, over 500, it just makes sense to do it on a cassette. So
you guys are playing Secret Stages this weekend, and this summer you guys are gonna tour starting July 12th at God's Butt.
Yes. Well, okay, it's July 11th now. Yeah, I changed it around, but yeah, we're planning a big summer tour, like 2.5 weeks, I think, and then we're kicking it off July 11th at God's Butt, which is a house around here that does shows.
And how old were you when you first started to play with music?
Well, I started like, you know, just as a little kid, just playing whatever. And then I wanted to get an accordion for Christmas one year. My parents got me a guitar instead, and I kind of played with it a little bit, but then, I don't know, it was really just in high school, like, I just started playing with stuff, like I started playing with keyboards, and I thought it was interesting, less about like I didn't really care about like technicality of it, more so just like playing something and having a good melody over it. And then from there it's kind of translated into like where we are now.
So have you ever actually had like a formal music lessons?
I took piano when I was a little kid, like really little, but not really. No, not really. I just learned I just learned it on my own. I'm not the best at like anything, but I feel like I can hear like good melodies, and that's really what's important to me is like, you know, having something that sticks with people. So.
And why do you think music education is important in a person's life?
I did take music theory in high school. I think it's important. I mean, it's definitely, as cliche as it sounds, it's definitely like a connecting language. But beyond that, it definitely like it pushes people with every creative aspect of their life, and that translates over into just lifestyle choices in general. And it definitely like influences the way. I mean, it's the difference between like somebody living their life one way and living their life a different way, and it's just the ability to like show somebody else, you know, what you can do and what you can't do. You know what I mean? And like when you are educated in music and you know how to play something and you have all these opportunities with it, there's so many different ways you can go. You know, you can go the way we're going where we're playing like basements and like, you know, we're not playing to that many people, but the people we're playing to like get it and understand it. Or you can play, you know, in like a suit and tie to like a really professional audience, you know, and or you can meet in between, or there's so many different ways to go that like you just don't get that in that many careers or hobbies or interests or anything like that. So it just opens a lot of different doors.
And what is your most important piece of advice you can give to our students about music?
I would say just don't listen to what other people say in terms of what you want to do, and just do whatever you feel like doing.
Okay, so you guys in your live performances, you switch very seamlessly from the low tempo, pure mechanical failure to the upbeat, I don't know anything.
Yeah.
So I recommend that everyone go see you at Secret Stages, Younger Siblings. They're playing Saturday, May 12th from 9 to 9:45 at Easy Street as part of Secret Stages, and they have an EP called Bald Eagles Aren't Actually Bald that is available through Bandcamp and Spring Street Records.
And Renaissance Records.
Which
downtown.
is right by Scrollworks. So thanks for joining me, Teddy.
Thank you.
This is Scrollworks Sessions.
It's not easy being green when you feel blue all of the time.